Welcome, everybody, to Design, Drink, and Dish, episode number 2. We got past our first episode.
Yay!
It was amazing. That was awesome. Anyway, my name is John Ryan with Interiors by John Ryan, based out of Delray Beach, Florida. I'm here with my lovely co-host.
My name is Wendy Davis, and I'm with Wendy Lynn Interiors.
I'm with Interiors by Wendy Davis.
Yes, exactly. Maybe I should rebrand my company. Wendy Lynn Interiors, and I'm based out of Boca Raton, Florida.
All right. So our drink today is a very special one, near and dear to my heart, because it was like...
And mine too.
Yeah, you were the one who introduced me to it. And, you know, it's every time I drink one, I think of you.
This is our bestie cocktail for sure. Because
really
every time I order one, I think about you. Every time you drink one. Yes. So tell us what it is.
So this drink is is it Hugo or Hugo? I hear it differently.
We need to Let's create a catchy name for it.
Right now, we're going Hugo.
Hugo.
The Hugo Spritz, which is Saint Germain liqueur, which is basically an elderflower liquor.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a little bit of Prosecco, which we love.
Yes, we do.
Topped off with a little club soda and garnished with a sprig of mint.
Well, it sounds so tasty. Cheers to that. Cheers to episode 2.
Cheers to episode 2 and not getting canceled.
Not yet.
We have plenty of time for that.
Lord willing.
Divine.
Yum.
I love the glasses too. Thank you for bringing these.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
So, what's our first topic of the day?
Okay,
do tell.
So episode 2, we will have to create a catchy name for episode 2. I don't think we've done that.
I think countertops was the first one.
Yeah, I think countertops was our first one.
That wasn't that catchy, but we'll work on that.
Yeah,
we'll spruce it up.
How about cunty countertops?
Cunty countertops.
Yeah.
Done.
Right, done. Okay,
let's go.
So we'll figure it out. We just ad lib and we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna get my readers on because over 40, your eyes go downhill. Topic 1, AI. What are the thoughts? God. What are designers using it for? Is it good or bad for our business?
Okay, so here's the thing with AI. And have I implemented it into my design practices? No, I have not. Do I think it's good? Also, no. I don't, at least for the design aspect of it, because let me tell you why. There are a ton of apps out there that are these design your own home. You don't need an interior designer, just do it all here, right? I mean, they're so readily available and clients love these apps. And then they tell them...
Not our clients.
Not our
right.
clients.
That would not be our ideal client.
Yeah, if you're one of our clients or a future one.
I would revise that into homeowners.
Right, homeowners.
There you go.
Yes, did I say clients?
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Which normally our clients are homeowners.
Yeah.
Most of them. Well, we
are.
do commercial spaces too, but yeah. So
homeowners
love those apps.
Yeah, they love them. And what they do is they'll just tell them what they want. And in a matter of milliseconds, you will have a whole room designed to the way they like. And they're looking at this and saying, wow, that's what I want. All right. And then
they realize I can't afford that. I can't do it.
Yeah. Well, they hire us to implement that stuff. Right. And then when we do it, most of the time the designs are beautiful. I mean, no shame on that. But I mean, once they get the cost of what they want, it's out of their budget. And it's just, maybe there's a little construction involved that they don't want to go down that road. So you got to be careful.
They could be looking at a design from one of those that has a 20-foot high ceiling and they have 10-foot high ceilings. It's like, oh, I thought my fireplace would look as spacious and grand and, beautiful. It's like, no, it's not applicable to your space.
Exactly. And that's a great point. Again, to what we talked about, the question that someone asked us last episode was, what's the biggest mistake? Well, it's the scale of your furniture. So
there you go. That
stuff may not work here. Now, I'm sure there's AI as far as the back end of all of what we do.
Back end?
Is this going to be a segment of our episode too? What did I say last episode? Oh God, I already forgot what I said. It was something so dumb.
We say a lot of dumb things all the time, me included, where I said the language.
Right.
We were talking Spanish. Okay. So the back end. You're saying the back end of AI.
The stuff that we're not that good at, the billing and the maybe creating. Well, we're good at creating mood boards, but you can have for that stuff. I think it's okay, but to get an overall design aesthetic isn't that good. I mean,
so you said something about mood boards, and I know that, you know, behind the scenes, we've talked about like when clients do like Pinterest boards and all that. Tell me your thoughts.
No,
and tell the people your thoughts.
First of all, I am not on Pinterest. I never was. I never will be.
I never want to be.
I think it's, you know, how I start is like I want, and I'm going off on a tangent, but I'll make it quick.
It's okay.
Is I want like 2 to 3 inspirational images from a client, and judging by that, whether it's like a piece in the image or an overall look and feel,
absolutely,
I will gauge. That's all I need.
That's what I tell my clients too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say, hey, you know, if Restoration Hardware is like your inspo, I don't even need to see a picture of that because we know that vibe, you know? Right. Exactly. So, but yes, exactly. Don't send me 30 pictures. Send me 2 or 3.
Yeah. I have a client, a previous one, who sent me, and you know, God bless them, because and it helps. It does help. And you know, they think they're doing a great job, and by sending like 2,000 images in a Pinterest board, and I'm like, girl, I can't.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I know. It's way overwhelming. It's like, what do you like out of that one? What do you like out of this one? Because they all look different. It's like, do you like, you know, mid-century modern? Do you like boho? Do you like, what do you
Some of the times
they're
just grabbing all different styles.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, as designers, we don't get overwhelmed. Confusing. We really don't, because we have like libraries of shit.
1,000%.
You know, but that overwhelms me.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's too much.
Oh God.
Right.
Anyway, have you used AI? Have you incorporated that into like your business practices at all?
I haven't. No, I haven't. Although personally, you know, one of my good friends, she was like, oh my gosh, she's like, the house around the corner is listed for sale. And she sent me an AI chat GPT like image of that dated house with like
what it could be,
metal roof and like a fresh paint job, this, that, and the other. I was like, damn, I'm like, that is pretty damn awesome.
Until it's time to fork up the cash to do it.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I haven't. I think that's why they hire us, is for us to show them our renderings and our, you know, SketchUps and everything like that. So, you know,
I think if I were to pick one aspect of my business that I use AI for, it's Instagram captions. When I'm looking for a caption for like a picture of a space.
Which you did the most amazing one when we were in Montana. And I had the mask on.
That was ChatGPT. Did I tell you that?
Oh, yeah, that was AI. Isn't AI? Yeah, AI is ChatGPT, right? Okay, yes, okay, right, yes. Yeah. So exactly, to get like cheeky little, you know.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing, and it's the way of the future, and everybody is doing it. But I think for interior design, we shouldn't lean on that as interior designers.
No, I think because it's so new for interior design right now, at least. I think it's got a long way to go, but there's potential.
There is potential. We're open to it.
Yeah.
Never say never.
Never say never.
Okay. Topic 2 is giving designers credit on your design. So if you have an associate, a junior designer, do you think it's a good idea to give them credit, or have you given them credit? Is it good or bad?
Yeah, that's almost like a double-edged sword. And you know, I haven't had anyone work for me yet. So I am not, I'm just by myself right now. So I don't, but if I did.
Well, on the flip side, when you did work for, you know, a senior designer, like, would you have loved to see credit for everything you did for that designer? Yes. And she just stamped her name on it.
Yes. Yeah.
His or her name. His or her name.
So I've worked for a ton of interior designers in Jersey, New York, and here in Florida. But yeah, and you know, there is that aspect where you're like, you want to be proud of your work, right? So, and there's a little bit of all of us that just wants some credit and recognition, especially because these projects, I mean, some of them, you know, if it's like a new build or renovation, you're on this for the better part of a year. Like you pour your heart and your soul into these projects. So there is that little part when I was working for different people and I wanted my name on that.
Sure.
You know, and it doesn't have to be John Ryan, you know, for like just my name, like maybe like John Ryan for so-and-so, or just tag the designer in there, you know?
So knowing that this question was going to come up today, I did tag my intern, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Yes. Thank you, Hannah. Because she did such an amazing, revision to a layout.
Right.
She helped me with that. She was the behind the scenes camera girl on this, Instagram shoot that we did.
Yeah.
So I gave her kudos, because without her, I wouldn't have been able to do it. So I gave her kudos. Now on the flip side,
Tell me the flip side, because you had people work for you.
So at
you
one
still
point
do.
I had 4 junior designers, and I still do have assistants. I don't have junior designers again yet. But when I had junior designers, one of them, I would always post her projects and give her credit, tag her, this, that, and the other.
Right.
Well, one of my previous clients ended up reaching out to her because she was tagged on Instagram, and she reached out to her, and I got wind of it.
Like a current client that you had?
Not a current client. It was a previous one. Yes. But she had moved out of the house that I designed into a new house, and she, instead of contacting me.
And she was still working for you at the time?
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. My girl was working. Right. Yes. My junior designer was working for me. And so through whatever, I did find out that, there was a consultation fee being paid out from my previous client to my junior designer. And I asked her, and she kind of like avoided the question. And I said, hey, I can't have this because
so she knew she was doing something wrong. Obviously, it is wrong. You can't do that.
Right. No. So it was shady. And then, I ended up firing my other junior designer at the same time. Everything happens for a reason. It was a learning lesson for me. And I was pregnant with Mackenzie, and I was like, I cannot babysit real humans, adult humans.
It's
I have a baby, and I can't be babysitting anyway. So
And I'm sure at the beginning when you hired them, you were very upfront with them, and said, if you work for me, you're only working for me. Now, if you bring somebody in, I don't know if you did this or not, but maybe you said, like, oh, I'll give you a little extra. I'll give you a piece of the action.
Exactly. And I did that. And they knew that.
You did. Oh,
yeah. So I was trying to be as fair as I could, and she could have easily said, hey, X, client reached out to me. They love, what I did on my latest project. I would have been like, awesome. Let's bring it in house, and, you're going to get paid double from
and they have a senior designer, an owner of a design firm. I mean, it would have turned out that much better. So
it totally would have.
Just be open and honest.
That's it. Honesty.
That's it.
Even from clients to interior designers, you're, like, just be open and honest, and honesty will just get you through.
Exactly. So my next question was going to be, would you do it again? But, you answered it. You would. Because you tagged Hannah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I think that if I trust my junior designers as much as I should, and it's then why not?
Sure. And it just, you treat, not saying that if you don't tag them, it will, you're not being treated right. But I mean, I guess in a way I am, at least in my opinion, because you want to keep your employees happy. The happier they are, the better they're going to perform. And that's just a very small way of showing your appreciation.
It really is.
And it's free.
And it is. It really is free.
And some of these guys or girls who are they're just starting in the industry. So let's give them a little shout out. Credit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, we need more designers in this world. Do we?
Well, I could vouch for this. Like, we never, and we always commend each other for this. Like, we don't view each other as competition.
No.
We are liaisons. We're best friends. And it's just like, so yes, we do need more interior designers in the world, because, we need more friends and just people that are in the business, in the industry that,
Yeah. And more interior designers need to be open to the collaboration part and be open to working with other designers in any capacity.
Instead of viewing us as a threat, I mean, we bounce resources off each other all the time.
Yeah. And our offices are 5 minutes away from each other.
Yeah, exactly. And you're giving me that key to yours.
Oh, I am. Yeah. Which I'm sorry I didn't before. But
that's okay. Well,
I have it in the car.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
All right.
So
what do we got for topic 3?
Yeah. So speaking of clients, what are some red flags you see waving when you're talking to a new client?
And I think this stems from last episode's conversation about consultations. What do we look for, right? So what are some of those red flags? I would say for me...
would a budget be a red flag to you?
So
or lack thereof a budget.
If someone says to me, I don't know my budget yet, do I need a budget number to work with? Every designer would say yes. Like I would love if someone gave me a budget to work with, but
you don't really know.
No,
sometimes
90% of my clients never give me a budget, you know, and that's okay. But if they say things like, hey, if I ask them what their budget is and they say something like, well, I don't know, but if I see it, I'll know, I'll just pay for it. Like that to me, no. So, okay. So then I would sometimes like test the waters and source like a $30,000 couch. Like, is this okay? Is this okay? Okay. So I know. And then let me spend like a $18,000 lamp or chandelier or something. Like, so, I mean, we're not mind readers. Like we can't judge based on like, I think that's one of the only things we can't judge a client on is how much they want to spend.
That's true.
You know,
that's
because we can learn a lot.
And you never want to assume.
You never want to assume.
You never want to assume that you're walking into a $5 million house that their budget's going to be $250,000, and you'd never want to assume that if you're walking into $1 million condo that their budget's only $10,000.
Exactly.
So it could be their fourth $1 million property, you know, in the country. And
I think another red flag for me. I have experience in this whole thing. What I'm about to say, and some of you are going to be like really shocked. I was going through my contract. You know what? I actually don't have any left.
Oh my God.
So do you
refresh
mind if I
time.
Just, top myself off?
Yeah, no. Talk and pour at the same time.
Here we go. So I was working with
Thanks, love.
Okay. I was working with someone. Actually, before I was working with them, we were kind of just like going through the contract. She had some questions, and most people do, and that's fine. Like it may take a couple of times to like whatever, get the contract signed.
Sure.
Well, their significant other was an attorney, and which doesn't bother
red flag.
me. I mean,
that's one of my red flags.
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're gonna like rub it in your face and like right off the bat, well, my husband's an attorney or my wife's an attorney. No, like I'm not playing that fucking game with you.
Exactly.
And so they asked for a Word document. After the third revision I made to my contract to accommodate them, they asked for a Word document of my contract to send to them
so that they could revise it?
So that they can revise it and send it back to me for me to sign.
That's not how this works. Yeah.
Guess what? I took the client.
And how did it end up?
Not good.
Right. Damn it. See? Gosh.
Not good. Not good.
Wow.
You know, they were a gem. It was a 2-year project.
Yeah.
And they were a gem for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then it really went south.
And we talked about this before, you know, off camera is like punch list items and things that come up. And that's when you see like the true character of a client is when like the little things like, you know, which we will fix. That's part of our job is we will fix it.
They need to give us a chance that we have to, the problem needs to be addressed. We have to fix it.
Exactly.
It's tough for them to like understand that because they just want things done now.
Yeah.
But if they trust their designer and they know they're good for it and we're going to fix it, we're going to help you. That's all it needs. Like I understand it's going to maybe delay the project a little, but that's the nature of the game.
And you said a key word there is trust.
Trust. That's huge.
And we talked about trust on the design associates. I think trust with our clients and them trusting us as well is so huge.
It's huge. It's huge. Nothing good can come out of someone or a duo like a client designer. You have to have trust. Otherwise, your job's not going to live to the potential that it can.
Sometimes, like if it's a client that has a big house and they're just uncertain, they've never worked for an interior designer before, and they're just like, I always kind of like point that at, or just kind of put it out there like, hey, if you want to start with like the first 2 rooms so you can see how the process goes and you can get like the trust and the excitement, you know, because when you're taking on these huge houses, it's big checks that are being written.
Yes.
It's not a quick turnaround. They don't see their money being rewarded in the aha moments of like, oh my gosh, you know, opening the door and they like see their new whatever foyer or whatever the room is. So I kind of like just throw that out there. And I think they like that. So sure as shit, like one of my clients, she's like, okay, we finished like every single floor, you know, every single room of the first floor. We're ready to go upstairs. And, you know, now we're segueing it up there. And this is like a dream client who I adore. And she loves everything that I do. I've worked on her office. She has a New York house that hopefully you and I are going to be going up to.
Well, that's awesome.
We love clients that have like out-of-state homes, by the way.
We do. Contact us.
Montana. I love my Montana clients right now.
Something to watch for that too. Like if you're offering that to them, the whole, let's do this room, let's do this room, let's see how the process goes. I don't know if you do, you may, but I mean, that could definitely backfire because I've done that. For the most time, it has worked for me.
Yeah.
But that will backfire, and then they can't make decisions for those 2 rooms, and then it will snowball. And I'm like, 4 months later, we're still trying to do your 2 rooms.
Oh, no.
So there has to be that like defined line.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Of like, let's get this rock and rolling before we even talk about anywhere else.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, just whatever. We're always learning.
I love that on your contracts you have an end date,
an expiration date.
An expiration. That's what we call it.
And I'm not gonna like fuck my clients over. So like if it's like okay, you have till this date. The stuff goes over.
Sure.
But it's something where if they're taking advantage of our time, it's something to bring up. Like, hey, just keep in mind, and blah blah blah, whatever.
Yeah, because these projects could linger on and on and on, not on our accord, because we want to like wrap this up, get to the next one, feel fresh and new.
Right.
Yeah, of course, there's stuff that out of stock, delayed, this, that, and the other, but we want to get rocking and rolling.
Done and done.
Yeah.
On to the next.
Okay.
So you have a vendor shout out, right?
I do.
Who is your vendor shout out? The first week.
So this is Fine Design by Willie, and they are a family company that does upholstery. So they do banquettes, so built-in like dining room benches.
Yeah.
They'll upholster ottomans, sofas. They will do draperies, but they are such a sweet, honest. We love honest, right?
Yep.
And they're local in, I think, Pompano. So Willie is the mastermind, and he's so talented. And Angie is his daughter, and she's the one that does all the scheduling and bookkeeping and everything else. And they are just a dream, and they're so sweet, and they know what the hell they're doing. The highest caliber restaurants hire them, and I've had to like fix other interior designers' work of like built-in banquettes, and they just come in and just do their thing and are so wonderful.
Well, that's awesome. Now, do they work directly to the trade, or will they work with the end user as well?
They will work with homeowners as well, and restaurateurs or whoever in the commercial space. But again, they do really prefer working directly with interior designers. So,
of course. All right. Well, I think they have actually slid into my DMs. And
probably recently.
And I think I've talked to them a couple of years ago.
You have to use them.
And I definitely will, because they sound fantastic.
Yeah. So. And I'm going to start working with HEB too.
Yeah. All right. So do we have any questions from our listeners?
Okay, we do have a question. So thank you, listener. We'll start naming who you are. But this just
the trial and error.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
If you want to be shouted out as a listener, we will. But if this particular one just wanted to like send us a question and not really want any attention. Anonymous.
You anonymous questions. All right. What do they got for us?
What's your process when starting a new project?
Well, that's a good question. So I definitely will have an initial phone call with the client. Right. We'll set up a time to meet for the consultation, a paid consultation or unpaid, who knows. And then we'll work on our contract. I'll gather the scope of work based on what we talk about.
And if somebody doesn't know what a scope of work is.
So a scope of work is basically everything that you as an interior designer are hired to do to complete their job, really. So, and that changes with every job. Some people need full homes. Some people just want a couple of rooms. Some people maybe just want to pick like lighting fixtures or plumbing fixtures or anything like that.
It's so that you and the client are all on the same page.
Have a clear understanding of what is going to happen and how long it's going to take for you to complete. Yes. So we'll get the scope of work. Once the contract is signed, we'll sign it. I usually take about 2 to 3 weeks from that point to gather like a whole design presentation for them with some basic floor plans just to go over some space planning. And once that's approved and a majority of the furniture selections are approved, then I'll go into pricing everything. And then from there, it's just sending them the proposals and implementing the design that we spoke about. It's really cut and dry. Like, I don't understand why some designers make this like a whole big thing. Like, it's very black and white. And it doesn't have to be hard.
Why did they make a big whole thing about it?
I don't know. I just feel like all these, it's
about
not all,
their
like,
scope of work?
about just like their whole process and how to like.
It's not complicated.
It's not complicated at all.
You just answered it within a minute, and that's how I work. So
the most complicated thing is just going back and forth, kind of like getting the design that the client is happy with it nailed down. And that's our job.
That is our job. That is our job.
You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to take like a million years, or doesn't have to be hard, doesn't have to be complicated. I'll have like clients I'll call and they'll be like, what's your process? And I'll tell them exactly this.
And they probably love that because they might be calling another couple interior designers.
Right. And then they'll go like silent sometimes and I'll go like, well, that's kind of it.
That's it. What else are you waiting for?
I love it.
Yeah.
Is your process similar?
That sounds like a low react. Can we just like have a tangent? Because I don't think we've had too many tangents. And I have to leave in probably a minute. A low reactor. Do you know what that term means?
A low reactor?
Yes.
No.
It's like our worst nightmare because we are very high reactors.
We are.
A low reactor. I remember a realtor who I was working for a long time. She would just explain these people as, they're a low reactor. So it's when you're like so enthusiastic, telling them about their process, this, that, and the other. And they're like, okay. And that's just their personality. They're just low reactors. And I cringe when I'm around low reactors.
How do you get out of that?
Yeah, I don't know. And I think that's a red flag for me as a future client is a low reactor because I cringe and I'm not good with them. So
no, that has happened to me. I didn't know it had a term, but I'm glad there's a term for like the fifth wall. Last episode.
DP. We're getting canceled. We're getting canceled. Back end on the first episode, DP.
That I don't know will become an episode. I don't think it might.
We might have to end our thing there.
Exactly. Well, in true design, drink, and dish fashion,
yes,
I have another catchy catchphrase.
Let's hear it.
To send us off.
Yay.
So this is...
You're already laughing.
I know. Okay. That's all for today's design, drink, and dishing. Now go create something, or at least pour yourself a drink.
Oh, I love it.
That was good.
I love it. Cheers to you. I love this. I love you.
Yes.
Here's to episode 3 and 300.
To episode 3 and beyond.
Mm-hmm.